Hi, I'm waiting for it to do its thing. All right. Make sure the sound is off so we don't have any feedback. There we go. All right. Sorry, I am running late this evening. I was collecting the stuff. I saw a neat fun fold that someone shared, and it's like, I want to do that, but I have to go find it now. So I apologize. So while I'm giving everybody time to find me on YouTube, let me copy the link and share it over on Facebook. So I'll lean in for just 1 second and then we'll get started on a card. All right, there. Switch. It's a little hot in here. I forgot to turn my ceiling fan on. And while I love my big lights over my head, ooh, doggy, as Jed on the Clampets would say, it's mighty warm. All right, let me share this post. All right. That's posting. Okay, there we go. There we have it. Now let me go back over to YouTube so I can watch there, see if I get any comments or anything. And that little thing is in the way. Doesn't look like it on the big screen. Okay, let me lift it back up. Oh, there we go. All right. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend, however you choose to celebrate or not. Now I'm finding it because I can't watch both places on my screen over there. Let me find us on the YouTube channel. Okay. All right. Oh. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Turn its volume off so we don't get that feedback. All right. Now I can watch for comments. Anyway, I am really excited. I know that yesterday, for the majority of the people, well, a lot of people in the United States, everybody celebrates Easter. So I kind of thought, look what is kind of an Easter flower, or not Easter flower, but Easter colors, my new catalog. I'm so excited that it's here. It's not the one that they mailed, but I ordered a couple boxes actually, of catalogs, and my catalog's got here Friday. So I have been able to look at those, look at it. I don't think I have this one marked up yet, but it's going to be because I want to make sure I don't double order something. So, but I do have stuff written on a piece of paper, and I've got my other catalog that I go through. I can't show you anything on the inside. I can show you the awesome front cover. I can show you the awesome back cover. If you want a sneak peek of what's inside, join my team. There you go. How about that? There are a lot of stuff, quite a few sets that are carrying over from the old catalog into the new one. This is available for customer orders May the 2nd. So if you want to get your hands on some of the hot little stuff and the new colors that are coming out, this cover should give you a little idea of some of the colors that are coming, either returning or new. I know that one is an in color, and we all know that this little guy is an in color. That's boho blue. This one is a mauve, moody mauve, something like that. It's an MM. So if you want to get your hot little hands on some of this new stuff in April, you can join my team. And if you join the team, you can pre-order the stuff in your starter kit. That is a hot deal. So, but tonight we're not talking about that. We're and also on a sadder note, I had to change my birthday club class from Thursday to Friday. So if you haven't registered yet, you still have time. And if Friday's a better night, there you go. 6:45 Friday night, register for the birthday card class. And you know, we might just make one of these cards that I'm making tonight at the birthday club. I think it is a cute, cute card. And honestly, I love the Desert Details stamp set. I'm really sad that it's retiring, but that doesn't mean that I have to let it go, right? I can still rock and roll with it. I can still use the paper that we're going to use tonight with it. I love the stamp set. It has a Southwestern feel to it. And I've always been drawn to that kind of thing. So, regardless of the lilac-y color shirt, it's almost the same color as the one I had on yesterday. Different shirt though, I promise. The other one's in the laundry. All right. If you don't know by now, I am Brenda Sellers, a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator in Knoxville, Tennessee. Thank you for watching the comedy show. I had the lady who inspired me to become a sign language interpreter sadly passed away last week. So her visitation for her funeral in Kentucky, that's how most things are done. You have a visitation one evening and then the funeral the next day. Well, her visitation is on Thursday night. So I'm going to Kentucky for that. I just have to honor her legacy and the wonderful job, and it's not really a job, that she led me to. I have met so many wonderful friends in the deaf community, so many wonderful sign language interpreters that I have to go give her honor. All right, we're done. So birthday card class is Friday night. And then Kits and Sips is Saturday at Panera at 11. I will do my best to be there at 11. You all know me pretty good. That sometimes is a struggle. So I will do my best to be there on time, even though I'm not really hosting anything. But I want to make sure that I'm there. So you know where to find me. We can get a group table and sit together and we can craft. And then on the 22nd, yes, is card class. Those emails also went out. So if you guys are watching the live, you are welcome to sign into your Google email addresses so you can chat with me. I'm not seeing any chats pop up. And the little likes and whatever, you can like, subscribe, all of that fun jazz. But Kits and Sips birthday club class is Friday night at 6:45 at my house. That email went out last night with the time change and date change, or not time change, the date change. Kits and Sips is at 11 at Panera Bread on North Peters. Card class is April the 22nd at my house at 11 a.m. And then on April the 29th, I have a booth at the Knoxville Expo Center and we'll have crafty stuff there. So I may even bring a few new stuff so that you can see it, touch it, feel it, those kinds of things. All right, let me share my screen and then I can put the Zoom screen down so that I can watch for comments over there. Share. There we go. And let's slide this up a little bit. I watched Sharon Armstrong do her fun fold class. She does tutorials. I don't have her exact measurements. That's what it means to case, copy, and share. So I am definitely giving her credit because I love the colors of her stuff when she did this one. It's like, ooh, like it a lot. So I'm using Desert Details. We're going to be using this stamp out of it. We're using the dies that go along with it. And then we're also going to use Happiness Abounds, the Happy Birthday out of this one. So what she did, or it looks like she did, is she used some of the Enjoy the Journey designer series paper, and she cut it. So if you have some of this Enjoy the Journey designer series paper that you could have gotten during celebration, now is a great time to use a pretty good chunk of it, actually. And I may need part of that. We will lay it right there. We might use that instead. We shall see. But here is some of the pages. Oh, I already got them sorted. Front and back. There's front and back. Front and back. I love the purple tones, in case you can't tell. And front and back. I'm sure this isn't a whole pack of paper because I've used it. So this is pink. This is the Magenta Madness, actually. It looks a little purple on my screen. So, and if, as you all know, all of the designer series paper shows you what coordinating colors are in the pack right here on it. This one has Coastal Cabana, Garden Green, Highland Heather, Mango Melody, which is retiring, Melon Mambo, Polished Pink, Pumpkin Pie, and Starry Sky. I think Melon Mambo might also be retiring. I'm not positive. You can tell I have not studied the catalog as well as I probably should have. And for that, I apologize. Okay. Lay that right there. Grab my silicone mat because you know I'm going to need it. So on this card, I cut a card base, what we could call like a card postcard. And this is cut at 4¼ by 5. That will still fit in your envelope. And then I cut a piece of the designer series paper. See, there's the Melon Mambo. And you can see that really good. This is 5¼ by 12. So you're using the whole sheet. And yeah, if you cut the same amount off the other side, you're going to have a little strip left in the middle. That's where you can make your other little designs. To see, here is, you'll have that much left over. So let's just cut that so we have it. I promise I'm not really scattered. It just appears that I am. So we're going to cut it at 5¼ And then you could use the Coastal Cabana or the Garden Green as your postcards thing on the back. And your accent pieces like we're going to do. All right, we'll see if that little strip will work for what I want it to in a minute. You right there, you right there. So I scored it at 1 inch. Oh, you can't see. Slide the paper up. It is scored at 1 inch, at 4 inches, at 8 inches. So the way we're going to fold it, because it's going to lay, this part is going to be on our little postcard. We're going to fold that up and score it. And now let's get rid of all this purple and the little guy out of the bottom of the screen. That's just a little tad annoying. So, okay. So that is the back of our card. This is going to fold over this direction. And this is going to fold over this way. And we're going to burnish it. So I'm going to put a little thing of glue adhesive right there so that that will hold that little flappy flap down. Well, come on, start rolling. That holds that down. And now let's put some adhesive on the back of this. You can use your Stampin' Seal, your Stampin' Seal Plus, your green combo liquid glue, just to be able to hold it on your card base. Right. Now see what it does? It opens like this. And you're using your designer series paper. Isn't that cool? Now let's dress it up. This is the fun part. Let's lay this to the top and let's dress him up. So we need our dies, which I have right here. And we're going to cut 2 of this one out of the melon mambo. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and put that little guy in the middle so that it's not wasting so much cardstock. All right, let me grab the big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. They would go through the mini, I believe, but we're going to use the big one. Cutting plates. Oh, can't see it on that side. Here we go. So I'm going to layer them together just like this. And I'm going to turn it at a little bit of an angle. I got to remember that this still has to go through and I don't want to bend it because I want to still use that cardstock because we're going to cut 2 of these. And it's going to pop. I can feel it. It's going to pop. That. Lay them right there. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off so that and you got to be careful so that these don't overlap each other. You do not want them to overlap. And twist the cardstock. Just so that he goes in at an angle and it's a little bit easier to get the little bite on it and roll it through. I don't want that center cut out of this one. Thinking ahead here. I almost got too busy. All right. And it looks like I almost cut it. So let's. Looks like it's in the same place. On the front, I don't want I want a whole sheet of the pink. Okay, that works perfectly. Put that over there. This guy's out of our way. We've got a little spot right there. Oh, not done. I need 2 of these little guys. So what happens when you get ahead, cut 2 of these real quick on an angle. There we go. I always start right to left. It does not matter which direction or which side you start from. Like if you already had it over there, you could just layer it on and go to town. Coming from the other side, it's perfectly fine. All right, now I think we're done with the big stamp cut and emboss machine, and I just hit the camera. I'm so sorry. Now, let's layer it. Okay, we're good. So bring our card base back in. We are going to put this little guy, needs that little hole poked out. Where's my take your pick tool? When all else fails, the end of an ink pen works just fine. I'm going to put that right there. This time I'm going to use some of the liquid glue. Yes, it's covering up that big moon, but that's okay. The liquid glue also gives you a little chance to move that right where you want it. You could put an adhesive sheet on the back of it, but that's kind of a lot of adhesive to be using. So I'm going to layer this little guy right inside there. So that gives you a place to write. And on this one, I'm going to layer it on the front. Oops, it's got the holes not poked out too. You can use whatever adhesive you want. I'm going to do the Seal Plus. And I'm also going to center it ish, eyeball and center, right? There we go. So that gives you something to pull. And I wanted it with the strong seal or the glue, and the tape runner holds it faster. I didn't have to wait for it to dry. So now let's pull in this white one and let's stamp a little bit. Let's stamp our happy birthday. If it'll fit. It is too long. Okay, so that's when we turn around and we grab a different stamp set. It's not like we don't have a few to choose from, right? doesn't. I had one that had a really good happy birthday in it, and I don't know where it went. That's not the kind of happy birthday I want on that one. Nope. Could do one that says I like you. Give it to my hubby, right? But it's pink. Don't want him to have pink. Sorry, I should have had this. Here's a small chunky happy birthday. That's too little. So I have another one laying over there. Oh, so that's the hard part when you're trying to find a card or something. It's like I've got somebody in mind for this, and I want to find the right sentiment. Don't like that font for that one. All right, let's look again. We're going to use Peaceful Moments. Happy birthday. That'll work. That way, I might not have used it yet. Oh, but I have. Just because it doesn't have the label on it doesn't mean it hasn't been used, right? All right, here we go. And let's get that. And I thought I had another piece of basic white out so that we can stamp the flower. And we are going to rock and roll this little guy. All right. Because I love the rock and roll technique. So we're going to use Melon Mambo. No. Mango Melody is going to be the inside, and Melon Mambo is going to be the outside. And those two colors are on the card. So let's stamp our sentiment first in Melon Mambo. And I will try not to rush too much that I confuse anybody, but I will also try to hurry so that you're not sitting here watching me all half the night. Gonna stamp that right there so it's kind of centered maybe. Ooh, pretty. And so that part's done. So when you're rocking and rolling, not with music, but with stamps, you're going to stamp on your lighter color ink pad first. And I absolutely love this technique. It's one of the very first techniques I ever learned how to do. Thank you, Brandy Rude and Pat Rittenhouse. So you can stamp up, ink it up on your ink pad. And remember, tap, 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 not smush, or kiss it like you kiss your grandma, not your hubby. And this, you can use a sponge dauber and go around the edges, or rock and roll. This is what it means to rock and roll. You're going to have your ink pad flat in your hand, and your ink, your stamp is going to just touch the edges. And you're going to roll it around. It's not going to touch flat, and you can lay it down as much as you want or as little as you want, but you're still going to have the color on the inside, just like so. Isn't that pretty? And then we're going to lay the ink, the stamped image over there, stamp. We're going to close our ink pads so we don't get our fingers in them. We're going to grab that die and this die. Let's cut this off. And since we've added more stuff to our desk, I like to use Post-it notes to hold my dies in place. You can use washi tape. It's got the same kind of, doesn't stick, won't peel the ink off of your paper, or won't peel layers off. And now, remember that little strip that I said we were going to try to use? He fits. So we're going to cut. And then we're going to run these two through the embossing machine. And we'll pull out our mini boho. And this is also available while supplies last to demonstrators. So if you didn't get one and you want the blue one, you can join my team and you can add it to your starter kit. Oh, you're not being able to see what I'm doing. I layered this little guy on the plate first. This one doesn't have to be in any particular space, so it's going right there. I'm going to push that plate through and pinch it down and run it through. Hi, Sharon. Thanks for watching. I can't see who else is watching, but it looks like we got good company. I appreciate every view. And we'll just lay this stuff to the side so that we are not taking up too much more time, since somebody didn't have her stuff together real good. So this comes out of there. There's my, it was put away. That's why I couldn't find it. It's usually laying beside the bone folder on the desk. These dies, all of the dies, have little holes that you can get your image out with. Or you can toss it on the desk and that happens. And there's that. So we are going to grab our silicone mat. Sorry for the arm interruption. I want this layered behind him about like that. So I'm going to put some adhesive down here. And I'm using the silicone mat because nothing will stick to it. So now I can turn that over. And put some dimensionals on here. One up there. I know I get carried away with my dimensionals. I just don't want my project teetering, especially if it runs through the mail. That'll help it not get so squashed, I guess. At least that's my thoughts on it. That's way too many on there, but dimensionals are not that expensive, and it makes your projects really pretty. All right, we need to put some adhesive on the back of this white piece. And it's going to go right here. And this is going to go right there. And now let's get some rhinestones. We're just going to use the basic rhinestones. Because it always needs some bling. One there. Let's put a big one up here. Let's put a big one right here. All right, now let me scoot all of this stuff to the side so that the desk isn't looking so cluttered. And now for the big reveal, if you are just logging on and catching it, you have a card. Oops, slide it over. And you've got space to write. You can also write in there if you wanted to. But isn't that pretty? And even though it still looks kind of deserty, this is more like sunset at the desert, right? And you could stamp on this if you wanted to. And then let's grab an envelope. And we're going to put a piece of this on the won't cover the whole flap, but it'll cover most of the flap. And that way your envelope will match. Goodness. I'm not very coordinated tonight, guys. And that helps you use even more of your designer series paper scraps. That little guy's got adhesive. He needs to go in the trash. And then that looks like that was done intentional. So there is your card. Isn't that pretty? All right, let me stop screen sharing. And then that way I can also see if there are more comments over on. Nope. I appreciate everybody watching. I hope you liked the card tonight. I hope that I didn't bore you too much. And let me know if I can help you in any way. I know that the new colors are coming out. They're beautiful. I know that I like the muted ones, obviously, since I'm more drawn to the Southwestern, but I also like bold and bright too, because the Bermuda Bay is one of my favorites. It's going away. But there are some that's coming that's replacing it, and they're just as pretty. So we will love them while we have them, and then we will change to something more new and fresh. How about that? So also remember to use the host code if you place an order. If you're done watching the crafting and you don't want to hear this stuff, thank you for watching. But I wanted to remind everybody, if you place an order of $25 using the host code or increments of $25, you'll be able to pick stuff from my retired stash. And I hope to get that posted this weekend. I was going to try to do it last weekend. It was Easter. What was I thinking, right? I will get that done. And again, I know who has placed orders, in what order they've placed orders. So you get first choices from the retired stash. So thank you for placing the orders. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope that you have a great week, and I will catch you again Monday on our new live, or at our card class, or over at Panera Bread, or wherever I see you again. I hope that you have a great week, and I hope that you go do something fun for yourself. Take care. Until next time. Bye for now.